Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another older video that I recorded during my Euro trip in 2016 and this was the ride to Stelvio Pass. You can just see the map approaching from the northeastern side. So here you can see me two up with Siti on the R1200 GS. The weather is great, conditions are very clear, visibility is excellent. So we're making up what is going to be a characteristic um, uh, hairpin bend. There are something like 49 of these as we go up. You can see the rider in front of me. I think he's on a R1200 RT. Again, we're all doing a leisurely pace up the pass. This video is edited, so you will see some scenes that I've cut in and out. And you can see we're approaching some cyclists going up the pass. There's quite a number of them. And here we are making another tight turn as I go to my left and make that turn. That seems to be the technique. And you can just make out that little truck that's coming up. Because the road is quite narrow, you can see the traffic sometimes has to stop, right, to let others go by. So the two bikers in front of me, I guess they're gonna just wait it out as they go off the road here. But I'm gonna go for it. The lead biker that was ahead of me managed to pass that truck. And this is a little bit precarious, but I managed to just squeeze through. And it's good not to be stuck behind him. So I've cut to the scene where we are almost at the peak here, but again, this is the iconic Stelvio Pass with the 49 turns, as I mentioned, and we are coming up to other cyclists. Not as bad today, not as much car traffic, and that truck was the only large vehicle that we saw. And as we go up the mountain here, you can see the characteristic serpentine path right in front of us, right, as we ascend the mountain. One of the documentaries, I forgot which it was, mentioned Stelvio being one of the most dangerous roads to ride or drive through. It's not bad, to be frank. You do have to be careful because of the width of the road. Considering myself pretty fortunate because there's not as much traffic today. I must say, before this we were at Timmelsjoch, right, on the high alpine road. I personally felt that provided much better views from the mountain, but as I mentioned, Stelvio is iconic, right? I think it presents a challenge to a lot of bikers who don't pass on the chance to go do this. It's one of the things that if you do travel to Italy on a motorcycle, this is one of the places to ride. Don't get me wrong, I think the view is pretty spectacular, but yeah, and as we make up, you can see that it offers quite nice views on the side. The one at Timmelsjoch, they had some corners like these, but not as many. And and not as frequent too. You can see these switchbacks happening quite often. Nice view of the Italian mountainside here. I think this is one of the first cars I've encountered, and we're about to make our last turn here before we reach the peak. As I've said, this video is edited, so there were a few other switchbacks that I didn't include in the original footage, but you get the idea, right? So as you ride with me on the R1200 GS, it's truly an experience and a certain sense of accomplishment as well as relief, to be frank, that we were able to make our way up safely to Stelvio. So now we're approaching the peak. Stelvio, you can see the bikers parked as people hang out here for some coffee or quick meal. You can see the hotel, still first shock on the left. Siti and I finding a place to park. And this is the view coming up. Quite spectacular, as you can see. So now, after resting for like 15-20 minutes and had some coffee and light snacks, about to make our way down Stelvio. You can see it's really a gathering place for bikers and cyclists and other regular tourists. At the beginning, the descent looked pretty good. Not as much traffic and looked a little clear. Not as many hairpin bends. The plan is to get to a point, maybe about 2 or 3 clicks from here, that would go north again towards Switzerland. We're still in Italy here. You can see a more gradual descent compared to earlier. And now we're starting to see some traffic coming up, possibly slowed down because of the cyclists actually have to stop here. As you can see, the cars are making their way around the cyclists, so taking up most of the road. Patience is the name of the game here. It's also fun to watch as these guys come up. Okay, we continue to make our way down here. Just a bit of traffic, but we're well on our way. Again, very spectacular background with the mountains against the bright blue sky. Okay, so we are marked to turn right here. It seems like we're going straight, but this is actually making our way across the border into Switzerland, and you can see a number of bikers coming up from the other side. I opted to choose this direction because we wanted to spend our time in Chavenna in Switzerland. The next day we were going to go to Mendrisio, so just wanted to see what the Swiss side looks like. no less spectacular, as you can see. Mendrisio is a well-known outlet area for shopping and borders very close to Italy, the city of Como. So we'll be heading there tomorrow. And after that, we'll have our final stop at Milan. Nice not to have too much traffic. Again, having the road to ourselves is always a blessing. And you can see on the Swiss side the bends here is not as aggressive as the ones that we saw coming up. And I always like, there are two schools of thought on this, but I've always liked if we had to make those types of turns, going up is better. Really rewarded by very nice views here. Okay, that is pretty much it. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.